With the FendtOne armrest, as we noticed, we got lots of LED lights dotted around next to each of the buttons, and they're not just there to make it look pretty. They do have a function. So effectively, anything that is orange, then, like we see down here, relates to either an engine or a transmission function on there. Blue, as we can see down the bottom of here, relates to a spool valve function. This kind of teal colour then relates to teaching, and then if we've got a white light there, then that relates to a freely assignable or an isobus function there. And then down the bottom here, we can just about see it, is the a yellow button will relate to being a PTO. We can also then see any red lights. If we've got a red light at the top of anything, it means it's locked here. So we can see now that the spool valves are locked, but if I unlock them, then obviously the red light goes out, and then if I activate that spool, then we can see we get a green light to say that that function is active. And it's exactly the same that any of these other buttons that we've got around the cab there. So if I switch my four-wheel drive on, we can see now then that function is active because we got the green light. Now, if I make any changes on the armrest, then the lights will also change to represent it. So if I change my spool valves around up here, if I decide to put the yellow spool valve on here, we can see now that where the LED light was red has now gone yellow. And vice versa then, if I put anything onto these buttons here, change these functions as well, or change the functions down here, again is the LED lights. So if I put, say for instance, four-wheel drive on one of these buttons, is once I select the function I want to put up there, I get an orange LED light. So it doesn't come up with a four-wheel drive symbol there, but at least I know then that I've got an engine transmission function up on that button there, because I've got the orange LED light. Now here then is I got a factory preset for the auto steering gauge, and again if I put a different function there, is all of a sudden the steering wheel symbol disappears, and again is I get a different coloured LED light to say then that I've got a different function enabled up on that button there. And again, if I change it to now, it's gone more of a yellowy colour because I put a PTO selection up there. And so across the armrest, then we will see these LED lights changing to take on the colour function that we're doing. Down on the armrest as well, we can see we get these little we still get the LED lights as well down here. So if I was to change these spool valves, these LED lights would also change, but I can individually lock a spool valve and relock it. But inside there is we do get a little display. So we can see on the blue spool there's a timer, but then if I switch the timer off, then obviously that disappears. But again, it will show me then as to what operating state we've got for that linkage there. So float, obviously positive, negative on there as well, and the same will happen across with the linkage. So we can see up, down on there, and again if we've got a lock as well going on with that linkage as well.